Welcome back again. Like I'm sure you remember now what we've discussed, Roman 1, Roman 2. My responsibility here is to assist you. Now, how do you approach? How do you approach? Here we can see there you've got a straight line. It's in front of you. And mathematics, remember, is step-by-step process. So you just write to us, what do you see in front of you? 5x plus 20 degrees plus 75 degrees equals to 180 degrees. Angles on a straight line. Remember that is very, very important. 5x plus 20 degrees plus 75 equals to 180 degrees. The reason, that's important. You'll get 1 or 2 marks for this. For writing what is there, putting it in your book or in your answer sheet. Therefore, now you apply your mathematics now. 5x plus 95 degrees equals to 180 degrees. You will get another mark for that. 5x equals to 180 degrees. You transpose. Remember, when it changes the position, it was on the left side of the equation and was positive. When it goes to the right, it's going to be negative. Therefore, 180 minus your 95, is it 85? Yes, it's 85 degrees. 5x equals to 85 degrees. Remember once more, we are interested in the x. Therefore, we want to multiply our 5 with multiplicative inverse. In other words, whatever you multiply it with must give you 1. That is your inverse. But remember the rules of the equation. What do you do on the left, you also do on the right. How many 5s into 5? 1, 1. Therefore, you've got your x. How many into 5? How many 5s into 5s? 1. How many into 8? 1. It leaves 3. And then how many into 55? 7. Therefore, that is the situation. Remember that. Remember that. Remember that. Now, again, you analyze your next question. Your next question. What is the situation with your next question? What is the situation with the next question? What is the situation with the next question? In other words, what do you have? You just tell us mathematically what do we have. We might not be sure whether we've got a straight line and so on. We cannot just assume. But what do you have? You have angles around a point. You've got angles around the point. Therefore, we say 65 degrees plus 2x plus 75 degrees plus 3x plus x. What are they all equals to? 360 angles around a point. Angles around a point. There are angles that we found around the point. There are angles around that point, 360. So for writing as that mathematical statement, you will get your mark. You will get your mark. And then apply your mathematics, because mathematics is a tool now. The mathematics is a tool now. You bring it to assist us to make things easier now. What do? You add now. 65 plus 75, 140 degrees. 2x, like terms, plus 3x plus x equals to 6x. They are the same. 2 of them here, 3 of them here, 1 of them here. Therefore, they are 6x equals to 360. Another mark for showing us your mathematical skills. 6x equals to 360. It was on the left-hand side and positive. When you go to the right, we give it a negative sign. Right? Your 6x equals to 220. Is that it? 220 degrees. 220 degrees. Yes. Now again, let's see whether we've included all the points. Let's see, we've got 65, we've got 2x, we've got 75, we've got 3x, we've got x. Therefore, we are on the right track. Almost everything is included. Almost everything is included, because sometimes you get stuck or confused in the process of working out a question because we have missed out on certain information. Once more, we are interested, we want to solve for x. The question says solve for x. Therefore, we are interested in x. Again, we are multiplicative inverse. 1 over 6, what you do on the left, you also do on the right. Therefore, your x is equal to 220 degrees over 6, which is equals to 110 degrees over 3. And then you can simplify it further. What is the important there is the approach. What is important there is how are you going to remember. What is important there is to tell us what is in front of you mathematically. What do you have in front of you? So the maths language is very, very important. The terminology is very, very important. You need to work on your terminology. Right. Again, there's a next question now. There's a next question. I will also again give you an approach. What do you have in front of you? Analyze what you are given so that you tell us mathematically what you are given. What is in front of you? What do I see in front of me? I see a straight line here. But now, I don't have this angle on this side. So, it's going to be, I don't know this side, I also don't know x. So usually when we have two unknowns, then we are in trouble. Again, what do you have? A straight line and an unknown. But if this is 30, and this is a straight line, you've got only one unknown. Then straight away you can say, okay, for them to be 180, this is 150 degrees. You see, we are working at it already. That you can work out. Again here, what do you have? Vertically opposite relationships. Because you are vertically opposite. Now, it's up to you whether you add this to 180 or you add that to 180 to get x, or do you use the vertically opposite? Vertically opposite. For me, I will go for vertically opposite. Straight away, I will go for vertically opposite. Therefore, I'll say, okay, 2x minus 40 degrees equals to 30 degrees. What is the reason? Vertically opposite. You get your mark for the for telling us what is in front of you. It's in front of you. But remember, you can only say to us, convey to us, when you do the language, that this is vertically opposite. They are equal. Again, you apply your mathematical knowledge. Minus 40 is on the left. When it goes to the right, it becomes positive. Yes, you're right. Again, remember, we are looking for what? Again, your mathematical tool, you add. You add and get your 70. Mathematics makes things easier. They were complex, they look like this. You put this mathematically, it's getting simpler and simpler. We are solving for our x and our y. And of course, you still remember that we are interested in our x. Therefore, your multiplicative inverse. But what you do on the left, you also do on the right. Therefore, x is equals to half of 70, which is 35 degrees. 35 degrees. Remembering the theorem, remembering the language, learning the language, learning the theorems, the approach is what you have in front of you. When you know the language, you know vertical opposite, that's what is important. In other words, how will you remember? Because the teacher won't be there, your friend won't be there, you will be on your own. You won't be on your own, you will be there with your knowledge. Your knowledge, your backup will free you, will make life easy for you. Language is important. You go to a foreign country, they speak a foreign language, it's not going to be easy. You won't understand each other. Therefore, for you to be free, then enjoy yourself and learn the language. Same thing in mathematics. Freedom in mathematics is the language. Learn the language, and mathematics can be difficult. It's how we live. Mathematics is life. Again, you analyze here. Let's analyze. Approach. What do we have? Straight line. What do we have? This also tells us vertically opposite 140 degrees. And this one, it also tells us this is 40 degrees. So it's up to you. You see them differently. Therefore, somebody will be saying, I prefer the straight line, y plus 25 degrees over 2 equals to 140 degrees. I always prefer the easy way out, or this one makes sense for me. It's easier. Sorry. There's a mistake here. I wanted to say, let's fix this one. They are on a straight line, then you add them, y plus 25 degrees over 2, this angle, plus that angle, they add up to 180. We know the reason is a straight line. Again here, they are vertically opposite. So for me, I'll go for this one. Right? That one will also take you there, but it's an extra step. Let's see, it's an extra step. That's why I'll prefer the easier one. When you take 140 that side, you're going to get 40 degrees. You see now. So already I want to start here. Right, let's write this one on the side. We'll come back there. Let's do this one on the side. Right, let's do it on the side here. Our equations. Firstly, we want to deal with that denominator because we want to go to y. We want to isolate. Mathematics, like I said, is step by step. Now, we are interested, we want to isolate this part. By doing that, you have to multiply this with an inverse, which is 1 over 2. Remember, 2 means 2 over 1. Therefore, what is an inverse of 2 over 1? What will give you, what are you going to multiply 2 over 1 with to get 1? You will multiply it with 1 over 2, it will give you 1. Right? What are you going to multiply half with to give you 1? You are going to multiply with 2 over 1, which will give you 1. Therefore, in this case, we'll multiply this by 2 over 1. Remember what you do on the left, you also do on the right. Therefore, y plus 25 degrees equals to 80 degrees. y is equals to 80 degrees minus 25 degrees, which means y is equals to 55 degrees. So mathematics is the step-by-step subject. So is life. Step by step. Don't look at an intimidating, the big thing, or you say you eat elephant piece by piece. That's mathematics. Piece by piece. If you do everything complex, then it's not going to be very easy or comfortable. Now let's continue. Let's continue with our right. We've done that question. We just did this one. And again, there's another question. You look at the question. What do you have in front of you? Three-sided figure. And what do you call that three-sided figure? A triangle. And what do you know about a triangle? When you add all the angles of a triangle, they'll give you 180 degrees. Right? Let me show you more questions and we'll come back and do them. Here, what do you have? A triangle. And in this triangle, what do you have? You have got angle X. You have got angle Y. Right. They are inside the triangle. You've got also 120 degrees. What is that relationship? 100 exterior angle equal to 2 interior opposite. Same thing here. We'll be doing these questions, but I'm just trying to say, when you have the question in front of you, what approach to follow. Again, we've got a triangle and a triangle. Again, you know, what do you know about the triangle? When you add all the triangles, they'll give you 180 degrees. That's important. That's why you start, and the rest will follow. Same thing when you go to triangle underneath here. When you add all those triangles, how much they give you? 180. Same thing here, what do you have? Right, let's go back and let's do maths. Let's do maths. Let's do maths. Let's do our maths. Our maths is what is the value of x? What do you have in front of you? A triangle. What do you know about a triangle? A triangle, when you add all the angles. When you add all the angles, they will give you 180. You know, that's a language that you know. That's a mathematical language that we know. Just write what is in front of you. 5x minus 60 degrees plus 2x plus 40 degrees plus 3x minus 80 degrees. When you add all of them, how much is it? 180 degrees. What is the reason? Angles on a straight line. You've got your 1 mark or your 2 marks. Statement and reason. That's all. And it's in front of you. It's something that is in front of you. It's something that you need to remember, the properties of triangles. Right? Again, you apply your mathematics. The like terms, 5 of x's, 2 of x's, and 3 of x's. When you add all of them, there are 10 x's. Minus 60 plus 40 is minus 20. Minus 20 minus 80 will give you minus 100. applying your mathematics. Right? 5x minus 60, let's always make sure, especially when there are more of them now, you might make a unnecessary mistake somewhere because it's not copyright, a mistake of not copying right, and a mistake of rushing, and a mistake of being under pressure. You must always be relaxed. 5x minus 16, 2x plus 40, 3x minus 80. When you add all of them, 180. 5x plus 2x plus 3x, we agree is 10x. Minus 40, minus 60 plus 40 is minus 20. Minus 20 and minus 80, which is minus 100, equals to 100. 180. Then your mathematics there again. When it changes the position, always remember, when it changes the position, it changes the sign. When it changes the position, it changes the sign. Always remember that. 10x equals to 280 degrees. Therefore, once more, you remember, we want this 10 to be converted to 1. What do we multiply it with? With its inverse. What do you do on the right? You do on the, what do you do on the left? Whatever you do, fairness. Whatever you do this side, it must also be done that side. Therefore, your x will be 28 degrees. Just talk to us mathematically. Solve this mathematically. Tell us what you have in front of you. That's an approach. But how do you tell us the language? How do you tell the language? Read your books. Listen to your teacher. Get your IBP lessons. Strengthen your language. Again here, what do you have? A triangle. And what else can you know? You would know in a straight line, if this is 120, this will be your 60 degrees. Right. Therefore, what can you say? You say in this triangle, what do you see? In this triangle, x plus y plus 60 degrees equals to 180. Sum of angles of a triangle. What do you also know? 120. Or before we go there, let's see when we leave the variables on the left, what is happening. This is what you get. And from the information given as well, x plus y co-interior, they are together inside the triangle, not the adjacent one. They are equal to the exterior opposite. That's it. And remember, there's not much we can do about this. Nothing. So you just present the information that is in front of you. That's all. You just present information that is in front of you. Right. Let's take that one now. Again, analyze it. Analyze that one. I've explained it, what is in front of us there. You have got two triangles. And if you've got two triangles, what do you know about triangles? What do you know about triangles? That's what is important. What do you know about triangles? That's what is important. Okay? We do this one. After this question, I'll give you an exercise that you'll work on yourself, and we'll quickly discuss it. Let's analyze this one now. If you want to make things easier for you, you can even hide this one. and work at one at a time. But I'm sure it's not necessary. It's not necessary. Right. We start with the top triangle. X minus 6 degrees plus your 90 degrees there plus your x. When you add all angles of a triangle, what do they give you? 180 degrees. What is the reason? Angles on a straight line. You get a mark or two for that. For just taking it, putting it mathematically here. That's all you do. But remember, we need the language. You cannot speak any other language but maths. Now you apply your mathematical knowledge. X and x will give you 2x. And a 90 minus 6 will give you 84 degrees equals to 180. Right? 2x will be equals to 180 minus 84. Right? Which 84 degrees, which will give you 96 degrees. Which will give you 96 degrees. 2x. Remember, I know you know by now that we are interested in x. We are going to multiply with an inverse of 2. We do it both sides, and then your x will be 48 degrees. Now we must be knowing that one. We must be knowing that one. Again, it's a repetition here. It's a repetition because we want to, mathematics you do over and over until it gets into your system. You approach. What is in front of you? A triangle. What do you know about a triangle? Triangle, you all know it's got 4 angles, 3 angles. And then what happens to when you add all of them? They give you 180 degrees. That's all. Why? Sum of angles of a triangle. Sorry. Here is sum of angles of a triangle when you add the triangles. When you add the triangles. Now I'm thinking of a straight line now. The straight line. But now what we have in front of us? A triangle. So sum of angles of a triangle will give you 180. Again, you apply your mathematics that you have learned. 4 of them and 3 of them, they will be 7. 90 plus 6 is 96 degrees equals to 180 degrees. 7y equals to 180 degrees minus 96 degrees. 180 degrees, we add 4 here, and then 74 degrees. Am I right? 180 minus 60 degrees, it's a 4. 17 minus 64. Okay, it's a 64 degrees now. 64 degrees, let's make sure. 10 minus this is a 4. 17 minus this is a 8. Alright? Alright, it's an 8, sorry. So it's 84 degrees, 84 degrees, 84 degrees, 84 degrees. Again, your multiplicative inverse. Therefore, your y, how many 7s into 7 ones, how many 7s to 8, 1, how many 14, 2, therefore which is 12 degrees. 12 degrees. Now I'll be leaving you with these 2 questions. 2 questions. Let's see whether I'll be able to fit all of them here. Let me just fit all of them here so that, yeah. Then we'll be given an opportunity to work at this. Opportunity to work at this too. Right. Same kind of questions. Same kind of questions. Okay, let me just fold so that they can both fit here. Right. Work on these 2 questions, and I'll give you an opportunity to work at them, analyze what we have there, and then we'll come back and discuss them hereafter.